simplest way to make techno from start to finish. So you're always going to start when you're making techno with a kick. I'm going to grab this kick out of my Ultimate Hard Groove Toolkit. It's this new sample pack I've just dropped. We're going to start with a nice fat 909 kick. The link to this pack is at the top of the description. Definitely check it out. It's one of the best resources you can get for techno right now. I'm going to start at 144 BPM, and we're just going to put a kick in. Turn it up a little bit because Ableton turns everything down by default. We're going to shorten it a tiny bit and then use this fade out. Alright, so we have a really solid start. From here, we need to fill in the space in between the kicks. And there's a lot of ways you can do this. You could use a side bass, right? Like maybe like a plucky bass. You could use toms. You could use a rumble. I'm going to go ahead and kind of do a combination of methods. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this and we're going to make a rumble using it. We're going to take this and we're going to warp it and stretch it out a ton. And see, we're kind of getting this, and then let's pitch it down a bit. And then we're going to use a bit of reverb and then distort that. Alright, and then we're going to low pass. Cool. Now let's get an auto pan on there, which is going to do this. You can see I have mine by default set up so the phase is at 0. And it's going to make it bounce off the kick. Cool, so we filled in the space. I think we could still use a bit of movement. So this is where like the 909 toms can come in. We're going to just make a little rhythm with those. Maybe like... Let's actually do like... Yeah, and then just duplicate that. And then let's get the auto pan on there. And let's make a little band pass using EQ8. I kind of prefer to just make the band pass. Alright, there we go. We've got a low end with a bit of movement and some bass. From here, we need some drums. Now, I think the most effective drums to start with is usually 909 drums. We can even just use like the 909 core kit and maybe add a little bit of drum bus to give it some magic and just more of like an analog feel. Let's put that at about 30%. That's good. And then let's just make a rhythm. Alright, that's a pretty good. Let's get a bit of like these loops as well. We'll put our auto pan sidechain on there. Alright, and let's get a little bit more percussion. Like, I'm gonna make 2 more MIDI tracks, and let's just grab some samples really quick here. Again, like let's use that. And then the key with techno is like grabbing these really short loops. Like this is literally just a half note. Right, and then maybe... Cool, so we've got our groove down. This is the most important thing with techno, I think, is to really start here and get all this kind of stuff working, and then everything else can come from here. We need some synths, and what I like to do is maybe let's get operator and make a bit of like a kind of weird modular sort of synth. I'm gonna make some MIDI first. What we're gonna do is we're gonna make right, we'll do like that. Alright, and then we can make our sound around the MIDI. Alright, that sounds good. Let's tweak it a bit afterwards, like some amp and also a bit of echo into the amp so it kind of cool. A little high pass, a little auto pan. And the way you get your auto pan to do this by default is you just click, you set it up like this, right? And then you double click on Mac or right click on Windows and hit save as default preset. Cool. So let's make a little response synth. I think a very important thing with techno is call and response. Like this is the call, and then we're gonna make our response. And as a matter of fact, let's use something. Let's use this and kind of make a synth out of it. Again, this is all sounds from the Ultimate Hard Groove Toolkit. The link's at the top of the description. It's really the best thing you can do right now to help your tracks. Alright, let's do like that, and then on there we're going to get the same sample and just reverse it. And then the second time it can just be like, just that. Okay. So we're starting to create a bit of a groove here. Cool. So now the last step as far as just getting the elements down is we need some stuff that's a bit more random. I think right now it's very loopy and very much the same thing. And as cool as this sounds, we need it to kind of like get a bit more exciting. So like I think we could throw in some sounds like, you know, maybe taking something like this and just reverse it. Like right at the start, for example. Maybe grabbing some of these stabs as well that are in here and reversing them. Like get that thing. And then just pitch it until it works. And see, you kind of move it back a little, and then you get these little things moving around through your track. You could also take like some claps and do these as well. Yeah, but maybe put it like there. And then you can duplicate these sort of randomly through the track, you know, like a bit like this. Let's move this back a little bit. See, you can do like these little... And it'll make a difference, right? I think the last thing we could do here is just a little bit more percussion. Let's grab. See, these loops can be really useful. We'll get this and do like a ride on the upbeats. One more clap. And there you are. So that is the easiest way to make techno from start to finish. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, make sure to like this video as well as subscribe. And let me know what you think of this video in the comments. Like I said in the beginning, you can get the Ultimate Hard Groove Toolkit, my new sample pack, at the top of the description on my website. Definitely make sure to grab that, guys. It really helps support me so I can keep bringing you guys new videos like this every single day. Thanks for the support, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.